Man City versus Crystal Palace in Man City's third FA Cup final appearance in a row. We're going to talk about how I see the final playing out, some early predictions, and how both clubs got to the final. We had to start off with Manchester City, the great performance of the season. This could be an 8 out of 10 season for Guardiola. He has saved the season. If Man City win the FA Cup, get into the Champions League, even have a good spell in the Club World Cup in the summer, what a season. I thought that was the best performance I've seen from Man City this season. Really, from top to tail. Great spine, great power throughout the pitch today. I thought Ruben Diaz, Gvardiol, exceptional. The midfield today, I thought Bernardo Silva, Rico Lewis, it worked wonders. Nottingham Forest couldn't touch the ball. Nottingham Forest were pressed back. It was perfect Guardiola football. He hasn't got the ideal players. He hasn't got prime David Silva, prime Fernandinho, Rodri, De Bruyne. But he's got a set of players that are starting to click at the right time in the season. Marmoush was electric. Nico O'Reilly. And I thought Man City bullied Nottingham Forest today. Chris Wood didn't get a kick at the ball. They had two big chances in the game. Gibbs White hit the crossbar. Actually, Gibbs White as well rounded the keeper and it hit the post. He could have scored it as well. Callum Hudson-Odoi was causing big issues. He put one on a silver platter for Alanga as well in the second half. But everything that Man City wanted in the game came off. Nottingham Forest wasted their chances. And Rico Lewis in the first 3 minutes of the game picks up the ball on the edge of the box. It's a beautiful, controlled finish right into the side netting. It's an outrageously good finish. It's such a good finish. I thought he'd missed. I thought it'd just gone past the post, but it creeps just on the inside of the post. It was an outrageous strike. If you look at the highlights, Sells was absolutely static. He had no idea that was coming. And it's come from a player that's been universally criticised from rival fans. I don't think City fans were ever too quick to jump on any one player. Rico Lewis, one of the most important players in Guardiola's time in England, and people won't understand that if you're not a Man City fan, but the way he came about in the treble-winning season, the way he came into the side from right back at points, from midfield, tucking in and playing little 1-2s and being a very smart little footballer, keeping the ball very well. He gave Man City a level of confidence a couple of years ago that saw Man City go on to win the Champions League as a very young footballer, and he's now scored a goal to get Man City into the FA Cup final for the third time in a row. Absolutely outrageous. Rico Lewis won Man City the game in the first 2 minutes with that strike. Surely one of the quickest goals in the FA Cup this season. Surely in semi-final history as well, because it put massive pressure on Nottingham Forest. They had no answer to that. Nottingham Forest's entire game plan was getting to the 65th minute with a Chris Wood header from a corner, and they nick it 1-0 in the latter stages of the second half. And as soon as they're 1-0 down, they have to attack. They have to leave space in behind. That Marmoush was very effective at finding. Savinho as well. They managed to kind of stop the rot. They didn't concede again in the first half, and they created chances in the second half, the early parts of the second half. But then Gvardiol with an unbelievable header. There's an argument it should have been a handball against, was it Abbott? I can't remember. But there was a handball potential VAR check that never happened for whatever reason. We just don't know with refs in this modern day. But ultimately, the ball gets whipped in from that deflected handball effort from a corner. And it's an unbelievable ball in. And it's an unbelievable header from Josko Gvardiol. Gvardiol's been absolutely scintillating in the last few weeks. As a centre-back, he looks so much more comfortable. He's not being dragged out wide. He's able to get his foot on the ball. I mean, centre-backs now almost like defensive midfielders 20 years ago in terms of the amount of touches that they have. And Gvardiol looks so natural on the ball, the way he plays things out from the back on his left foot. What a balanced centre-back he is alongside Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz one side, Gvardiol on the other. It could be Gvardiol and John Stones when John Stones comes back. It's a nice selection, rotation of centre-backs. Then you've got maybe a new right-back coming in for Man City. And of course, Nico O'Reilly at left-back. I have to talk about Nico O'Reilly. He is so good. He's so powerful. He's so technically gifted. He was running rings around the Nottingham Forest midfield at points when he was popping up into midfield. He was doing little 360 no-scopes, running through people. It was outrageous. And then in the 75th minute, 80th minute, Alanga with a massive effort in the box. And Nico O'Reilly's diving and he blocks it from going in. It is outrageously good. It's so good for Nico O'Reilly. It's a last-ditch effort to save the ball from going in, and it's a world-class defensive action from Nico O'Reilly. We are in the FA Cup final because of Nico O'Reilly's big goals and big moments against Nottingham Forest. A moment for Nottingham Forest. They've not been in the final since the 1950s. They've had a good run, but it says so much about what you need to win the FA Cup. You need experience, you need big players, and you need to keep the ball. I think at points today, Nottingham Forest didn't keep the ball well enough. Too many turnovers in possession. It felt like Man City of old. It felt like a Man City side that were able to keep the ball far more than Nottingham Forest. I mean, you can't go into a Wembley semi-final, whoever you are, with 33% possession. You just can't if you're Nottingham Forest. You have to make that 45. You have to make it a tighter game so you get a little bit more momentum and energy on the ball. Running side to side, 33% possession. It is hot. It is tiring. You've not done it before. Nottingham Forest fans have never seen Nottingham Forest at a semi-final at Wembley ever. It's never been introduced, and they've not been in the final again since the 1950s. That's 3 generations of Nottingham Forest fans. It might be another 3 generations till they get there again. And ultimately, when you get to a big pitch like Wembley, you have to keep the ball. You can't be running side to side over and over again. You really can. So it's Man City in the final. It's against Crystal Palace. I think Man City fans should be absolutely jubilant about that because Aston Villa have definitely got Guardiola's number in the last couple of years. Even in title-winning seasons of the last couple of seasons, Aston Villa have beaten Man City, particularly at Villa Park. I know Forest has done the same this season, but I think there's more of a track record of players having big performances. You think about Rashford, you think about Morgan Rogers, you think about Yuri Tielemans in an FA Cup final. The fact it's Crystal Palace is a slight advantage to Man City over it being Villa. That being said, Crystal Palace are absolutely exceptional. From the top of the management structure, Oliver Glasner, I saw him on a certain podcast, high performance podcast, talking about how serious he approached the Fulham game. In the FA Cup when they beat Fulham, Fulham had beaten Manchester United, the holders of the FA Cup the previous round. He is a guy that understands the FA Cup. He's a guy that wants to be the first manager in Crystal Palace history to ever win anything at Crystal Palace. What an amazing achievement that would be if they were able to get anything against Man City. I think it's very unlikely, and I back City all the way against Crystal Palace. Put 5 past them a couple of weeks ago. But Eze, in individual moments of brilliance, someone like Eze, I thought Mitchell was fantastic against Aston Villa as well. But someone like Mateta, Adam Wharton, what an unbelievable midfielder he's turned out to be. I think Crystal Palace will definitely be better than Nottingham Forest were in this game. I think that they've got more pace down the flanks. I think they've got more, from the fullback positions, that kind of 3-4-3 system that Glasner likes works wonders. I think they could definitely cause Man City issues, but we have to be real. I think Man City are massive favourites to win 2 out of the 3 last FA Cups, 3 finals in a row. I put a lot of money on Man City winning the FA Cup, and I think that rectifies what has been a really poor season from Guardiola's standards. A season where actually, if you can come out the other end of the season and maybe second, by the way, above Arsenal, let's just say that happens. That could happen. Even in the top 5, that's a good achievement. Winning the FA Cup, exceptional achievement. Maybe winning the Club World Cup in its new format, it would be good on an international level. If that matters to you, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? And then having the start of August, the Premier League season starting up again, right? Marmoush has already played loads of football. He feels like a summer transfer. This is a free hit, this 3-month window since January. Nico O'Reilly's come into the side. Got Rodri back fully fit. That's outrageous. Savinho, Doku further into their careers as well. Phil Foden with a fresh start. It's outrageous what a beautiful position Man City are in. It's the start of next season. Those are my FA Cup final predictions. I think it's obvious saying Man City are strong favourites. Palace have got a big chance. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Huge win for City today. Huge win for Crystal Palace as well. Make sure you subscribe to me. It's far. I'll see you very, very soon.